Hello, it's Lindsay here and welcome to 6 Weeks to Ignite Your Internet Marketing, week number 4. And today we are talking about making your follow-up easier with automation. So first of all, I want to do a quick review because I think we've done a lot so far and lots of people have had a bit of a shift in their message and their market. So I just wanted to go over what we've done so far and where you are, because what we're going to be doing now with the autoresponders, it can be quite a chunky section of the course. So I want to make sure that nobody is in overwhelm and you are good to go and ready to move forward. So today is going to be quite a quick session because in fact the homework is really the chunky part of this week. So without further ado, let's have a look. So what you've gone over so far is your message, what it is you're saying and what makes you stand out, your target market of who you can help and exactly what problem you can solve for people and how to communicate that so they are your target market and they just listen in to what you've got to say. And then last week we went over your free giveaway and the reasons you do produce a free giveaway, but you produce it easily and quickly because you've already got the knowledge and you've probably already even got the resources in place. So love to know how you're getting on with that. So please keep posting in the Facebook group and let's all keep supporting each other because so far everyone's doing a great job. So thank you very much for that. Right, week 4, let's dive in. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the autoresponder series and then next week we're going over a simple social media and we're just going to do a basic strategy for a few different social medias, but there is no point allowing yourself to be stuck in social media overwhelm. So we're just going to go over a brief few of them and a strategy you can use. And then in week 6, we're going to go over how to produce easy, fast content creation and how to multi-purpose your content. So you don't have to keep producing new stuff, but you can get clever and reuse the stuff you've already done. So as I say, today's a bit different to other weeks, partly because the webinar software didn't quite go to plan. So the video is going to be the only version you'll have of this webinar. And then we're going to talk about your follow-up series, systems you can use, which ones to use and why, and suggested templates for your follow-ups. So I will include those and they're already posted on the Facebook group for you. So they are 3 follow-ups that I use. And today in the video, I'll tell you why they're structured like they are. And you can just go ahead and copy them, pull them to pieces, take them apart, whatever you want to do. Okay, so I hope that is useful and will make life easy for you. So why do you even bother using an autoresponder or a follow-up series? Well, basically it sets you free. You can communicate with people that have signed up to be on your list. You can build your relationships with your list much more easily and cheaply and fast than you would if you had to communicate with everybody individually. And you can be strategic in your marketing and plan your communication ahead of time. So for example, with your autoresponder series, your follow-up series, you could sit down and write a series of 4 or 5 or even 10 emails, if you're that brave, so that they are following a logical structure and sequence. So when they land in people's email boxes, there's an absolute logical path for them to follow, rather than you being in a mindset one week and writing it, and a few days later you'll write something else that you'll try and follow on from the week before. You get my drift. So let's plan your strategy and then let it run automatically. And that's the beauty of autoresponders. So another reason why they're awesome, because you can send out follow-up messages after somebody signed up with you. So you can keep reiterating a message. And again, I'm going to give you a step-by-step plan. You can send out your newsletters. You can send out offers. You can remind people about things that are coming up. And you can send out regular communication which offers value, advice and tips, which of course all proves your credibility and warms up your clients so that they are ready to work with you. So which systems can you use to do this? There's Constant Contact, which I like very much, and I used to use it. They do awesome training, and I think now it's $20 a month, whatever level you're at. I checked it just the other day. MailChimp starts off for free. MailChimp I haven't used MailChimp, but I know lots of people are very happy with it. That my favorite and the one that I actually transferred over to is Aweber. And I'll put a link in the Facebook group. So if you don't already have an autoresponder system, you're very welcome to sign up for Aweber through my link. and that way you'll buy me lunch one day a month, so thank you very much. Aweber I find really easy to use. It was recommended to me by somebody who has or manages a massive list, so it has huge capability, which I really valued, and also Aweber does have the highest chance of being delivered into people's inboxes, because with Constant Contact, MailChimp and some of the other ones, certainly the delivery rate isn't as high as it is with Aweber. That's one of Aweber's key selling points. Now then, if you progress to Infusionsoft or Ontraport, something like that, absolutely fine, significantly more per month cost-wise. It's about 200 a month as opposed to 20 a month. And I've also heard Infusionsoft called Confusionsoft, and been advised that by the time you're using Infusionsoft, you'll have somebody else managing it for you anyway, so not to worry about it. But they're the bigger options that are fairly industry standard. Now, once you've chosen which system to use, one of the things that I'd really like you to do is just to go into the system and actually learn how to write and send out a follow-up. And the thing is, even if you're going to contract it out later, as with everything I say, you at least need to know how to do it. Once you know how to do it, then you can ask somebody else to do it for you, but at least you know then what you're paying for. Now, also, you need to learn how to send out a broadcast, because the broadcasts you can do immediately. So if you've got a product coming out or a news flash or something like that, you can send out a broadcast there and then. It means it won't have to go through a third party. You can just do it easily and simply and get it straight out to your audience. So let's go through the steps of your follow-up series. So first of all, there is the thank you for signing up page. This is a VIP, which is a very important page. And the reason it's a VIP is because this is the one page that everybody will see who signs up with you. Because this, as soon as they put in their name, they will come through automatically. So your thank you page is a key place for you to put a next step of action or a sort of culture welcome to say, you know, this is what we're all about. Thank you so much. And to congratulate them for signing up with you, to reassure them that they've made the right decision. So I will show you one of my follow-up pages. And in fact, I like to try and use a video on my follow-up pages because it's quicker for people to get information and it's a really good rapport builder. So next then the confirmation page comes through, and that is kind of industry standard. You can override it. In Canada, I think it's best that you don't override it because of the communication laws. It's also called a double opt-in. The third part is that you send them what you promised. Obviously, they've signed up for a gift. They want the gift. Give them the gift. And then number 4, you reassure them about their decision, how this download is going to help them and what to expect next. So the whole time you're kind of spoon feeding and drip feeding at the same time, so that these people, you know, so that your new customers or your potential new customers stay with you, and all the time you're building confidence with them and you're building your relationship with them. So you can see here I've got the overriding banner which says always invite them to connect with you on social media. Every single time you communicate with them, give them a call to action to do something. And it's also really good training that if you give them a call to action to do something, when you ask them to click or when you ask them to sign up or when you ask them to buy, if they're used to doing that in your emails, that will really, really help establish that relationship. So divide up your free giveaway into smaller parts. Now this is a really good, I want to say a trick that an internet marketing teacher taught me. And he said basically you want people to completely consume what you give them, because invariably you are offering great content, you should be. And if you want people to benefit from that 100%, they'll probably need to go over it more than once. So give them another opportunity and keep reminding them why they downloaded this. Because very often, you know, they'll download something, go, oh yeah, I really like that, and then start to read it and be distracted, or start to watch it, be distracted, or even not get around to opening it because they say, oh, I'll open that later on, and they just never do. So you can divide up your free giveaway and then just break it down into bite-sized chunks for them. And again, it's another way of delivering your content, delivering value, and totally building a relationship with your new clients. So in every single step, you've got to offer value and explain why the information is important and what it'll do for them, what solution it'll provide, and tell them what to look out for in your next mail and how it'll help them, and make an offer of how they can get more services and information from you. Now, it's suggested that you probably only make an offer about every fourth or fifth email, because if you just keep offering and offering, I should think they'll probably unsubscribe pretty damn fast. But if you're always offering great content and tips and ideas and solutions, they're more likely to stay with you in the long term, which is obviously what you want. So this is an example of my thank you page. So this is my download thank you page. And as you can see, there's a video on there. And it also, in the video, it tells them, look, this is why you've downloaded the page. Thank you very much. Welcome aboard. There are 2 links. Please go ahead, download your roadmap. And then also in link number 2, this is how we can work together for 6 weeks. So in fact, I'm floating the idea that I am going to present them with an offer. And if you prepare people that they are going to be presented with an offer, then they don't feel like they're being sold to. It's like you're providing them with an even better solution. So this, as I reminded you, this is the only page that everyone will see. Super important that you use it to highlight key things, and you can build an expectation and start your relationship here. So once they've confirmed, please, please, please send the gift straight away, because otherwise it's just frustrating, and if it's a day later, 2 days later, it will never be opened. So here's the secret. This is something I was really getting confused by, because I'd sign up for one list on one email, even though I was on, from another email, and then the freebie would come from the second email. And I just couldn't quite understand how that was working when I started to look into the back end of things. So the fact is, the gift can be delivered straight from your website. It doesn't have to go to the email that they signed up with. And I know that sounds ridiculous. You can send it there too, but you can also set it up that whichever email they are watching from, the gift can go directly there. So you could send it to both. Now, that's not saying that you're spamming or anything like that, but what it is, it means that you are providing your gift immediately. If you want to go over this in more detail when you're setting up one, then please let's work on this together, and that way I can help you out, because it took me a good long time to figure this out before I got the sequence right. So you can be very strategic about your positioning. Now, do you remember we talked about the positioning, and I think we talked about the can of soup last time, whereby if you say 99% of all health problems are a result of eating too much salt, because you want to position people to be looking out for a low salt soup. So what will engage them to start with? So you can always give them a statistic, obviously, about what's going to engage them. And then that could be part of your freebie. And then what headline will catch their attention, that could be part of your freebie. And then what can you do to make it really easy for them? So for example, in that last thank you page, I also set them up to say, if you want help with this process, I'm going to tell you a way that you can be helped. And then I present them with this 6-week course, because I have set them up to expect that they can get more help. So that's what I mean about you can be really strategic about it. So in all of your emails, in your follow-up series, you can be very strategic about where you are leading them for your offer. Now, this isn't being cagey, it isn't being sneaky, but it's being wise about learning people's buying behavior. That if you suddenly spring an offer on them and they're not expecting it, chances are they'll have like sticker shock, and they just won't, they won't buy it because they didn't expect it. Whereas if you're drip feeding them that this is going to come, this is going to happen soon, then they expect it. So when it comes, they're kind of like, oh yeah, well, that would be really useful. What I've seen so far has been useful. Oh, and this is more of that. So that would be useful. So that's what I mean about positioning ready for your sale. The other type of autoresponder, there are two types. Well, in fact, there's 3 types really. There is your follow-up series autoresponder. There's a broadcast. Now, a broadcast basically means you write an email and you press send and it goes out to every single person on your list. You can also schedule it ahead. So you could do a broadcast that goes out once a week. You could do a broadcast that goes out for the next 4 weeks. You can do the broadcast pretty much as far ahead as you like. And then the third type is a blog broadcast. And the blog broadcast, you can set it up so every time you write, say, 1 new blog, 2 new blogs. I haven't gone into a great deal of detail about this because I haven't really covered blogging on this course. Now, as I said, today is going to be brief because your homework assignment is the chunky part of this. Your homework assignment is to set up an autoresponder series. And you've got to start by setting up a list. Now, in the Facebook group, I will actually put a video that I made about how to set up your list and how to set up autoresponders. It's longer than most of my normal training videos. I think it's about 6 minutes, so it's still not that bad, but it's definitely, you know, get yourself a cup of tea and sit down and watch it, because it is very do this, do that, do this, do that, just because it's a screen over my shoulder type video, so you'll see exactly what I'm doing. And it's explaining in the back end of Aweber, so it'll show you all around the back end of Aweber too. Okay, the templates show you an example of the autoresponders I've sent out. And they actually go through the step-by-steps that I've talked about on this video, and they go through the process. They are constantly reassuring, they're redelivering the gift, they're saying how it's going to benefit you, they're saying what's coming next, and you will see that as you start to read them. So those are an example that you can use as a template. You can cut and paste them and then just put in all of your own stuff if you want to, or you can just take them pretty much as they are. Make them your style, of course, or you can say, read that, this is what I like about it, this is what I don't, and then away you go. But I've given you those as a guideline, as a template, so it should make setting up your autoresponders much easier. So we can't do Q&A today because it's a video, not the webinar, but that's okay. So as I say, this is one of the trickiest weeks. So please let me know on the Facebook group, what can I help you with? What can you offer after your free gift? So I've already had a conversation with somebody on the Facebook group about that. Debbie was asking what should she offer and what shouldn't she offer. So I hope that we've come to some resolution on that, Debbie, and got some clarity for you. And if you, either Madeline or Chantal or Stephanie, Steph, if you want to put any of those ideas in, then let's discuss them and see what would work for you. And then what stepping stones can you get them from your freebie to your paid offer? Again, if you've got questions about that, please post them and I will help you in any way that I can. So let's go over what we covered today. We've done a review of where we are now. We've gone over your autoresponders. We've gone over what's coming up next. And I want to do a check-in with everybody. So please come to the Facebook group. Tell us what's going on. Tell us your thoughts. And let's make sure that you are happy with where you are. So next week, we're going to be talking about social media and suggested resources of how to make it easier for you and how to stay out of overwhelm. So I shall see you in the Facebook group and I look forward to it. Enjoy your week. Bye.